We are making jollof rice and these are ingredients. For protein today, we are going to use salted beef, also known as tolo beef. I chop up my tomatoes and red bell pepper together and then blend. Whilst that is done, I put it on fire and cook it down. Cooking down the tomato mix helps reduce overall cooking time and it gives the stew a very nice aroma. So I like to do that first. And whilst that is on fire, I go ahead and prep my onion mix. Chop up all the ingredients and then blend it together. When it comes to pepper, it depends on how spicy you want your stew. For me, I just used one for this batch of stew that I'm making. So this is a blended mix of the onion, and then I check on my tomato mix, make sure that it's cooking down. All that is done, I go ahead and start my stew. I like to use coconut oil and olive oil to make my stew for my jollof rice. I start by frying my tolo beef or salted beef until it's golden brown. This helps elevate the taste of your stew. Keep on stirring to ensure that the meat cooks evenly. Cooking the tolo beef until golden brown gives your stew a very unique taste. Even without stock, my jollof rice turned out really nice when I cook down my tolo beef this way. Once the tolo beef turns golden brown, I go ahead and add my onion mix. Just be careful when you're putting in your onion mix to avoid any casualties. Okay, so once I put in my onion mix, I cook it down for about 20 to 30 minutes for this batch of stew. Keep on stirring to avoid the stew from sticking to the bottom of the pan. I go ahead and add my tomato paste and cook it down for about 10 to 12 minutes. Begin seasoning my stew at this point. Go in with a blend of anise seed, coriander seed, and fennel seed. I like to use these three combinations when I'm making my jollof rice. I adjust the oil as needed, add a little bit of coconut oil at this point. Seasoned with my dry seasoning. Today I use paprika, white pepper, nutmeg, and then chicken bouillon. I always use paprika when I'm preparing my jollof rice, but the other seasonings could change depending on what I have. Here I'm adding better than bouillon to just elevate the stew. I go ahead and add my reduced tomato and red bell pepper at this point and cook it down for about 5 to 10 minutes. At this point, you can adjust your seasonings and then add salt to taste. When I use tolo beef and I cook it down this way, I don't use salt at all. I go ahead and wash my rice. 5 cups of rice. I added 4 cups of stew. That's about the size. Then I stir it in until it's well combined. I usually wash my rice with warm water. I preheated my oven to 400 degrees and then baked the jollof for about 20 minutes and then stirred. Carefully stirred my jollof rice to avoid the grains from breaking. I put it back into the oven for it to cook for about 40 minutes. That's how my jollof rice turned out. My family loved it. I really hope you get to try this too. Enjoy this recipe. Kindly subscribe and turn on your bell notification. I appreciate you watching. Have a nice day. Thank you.